Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the NJ Show. I hope you're all doing well. 26th of October, we are closing in on the end of Q4. So, just a quick recap. We've been doing this show tentatively on and off for the last 2 years. And, where have we been in the last 2 years? Well, where we've been in the last 2 years, predominantly, mostly in a bear market. Now, in the last episode that we did, the last proper episode, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, whatever. In that last episode, we spoke about the potential breaking out of the bear market, the exit of the bear market. And that's what we're going to start reviewing to kick off the show before we talk about any altcoins. A big shout out to everybody who's tuned in. I really appreciate it. Please smash a like on the video. I'm going to do a quick shout out in a minute. But, as this is a short notice stream, it was a quickly done stream. I thought to myself, well, what's the most interesting thing that we can discuss other than the altcoins that are going to moon? Maybe we need to understand a bit more as to why those altcoins are going to moon. Maybe there's a few things that we've not looked at, that we've overlooked. And I want to cover all of that today, or at least to the best of my potential. It has been a while since I've streamed, so I need you all to be a little bit patient with me. Okay, there's a lot of hand movement, I understand. But I need you to be patient with me and we're going to get it off. Before we jump into it, I can't see all the comments, but I can see Trader Mac over here. Thank you very much for tuning in. I can see Nicholas Giroux. Big up to all the mods in the chat. I rate that. Okay, that's a bit of a mad one there. Thomas. Yo, been rewatching some videos, taking some notes. Glad to have you live, NJ. Yo, it's good to be back. It really is good to be back. I enjoy doing these live streams. I've missed you all. I've just been waiting for the right time. The market needs to pick up a little bit. A lot of the times when the market is just down, there's just not really much to cover. But now things are picking up. We got to start looking at charts and we got to take it seriously. We got to be consistent. All right. So who else have we got here? We've got Floris in the chat. We've got Soldier Boy in the chat. Frederico in the chat. Good to see you, Frederico, man. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate that. We've got Elizabeth in the chat. Nice to see you, Elizabeth. Thank you for tuning in. I know a few people have missed you on the streams. We've got Zorro and we've got Phil the Flying Frenchman. I don't know how he always does that. It doesn't matter what time I stream, he's there. He's one of the top OG legends in this channel. So big up to Phil the Flying Frenchman. Crypto AM, good to see you, my brother. We've got Big Daddy. What's up, Big Daddy? Big Daddy saying, what's up, NJ? It's good to see you, Big G. Jan says, sounds great. It does, Jan. We've got Ashura here who wants to be kicked. He wants to be kicked. We've got Jody. Jody, good to see you. Good to see you back. Good to see you as well. KAR Crypto, fantastic to see you. Oh, it feels good to say hello to everybody again, man. It feels good to see all of you. JJ, good to see you. And all right, fuck it. Let's kick it off. Pardon my language. Let's do it. Let's do it. You guys get me a little bit excited. So, right. The question that I wanted to, love from Pakistan says Bilal, yeah, good to see you, bro. Good to see you. Good to see you. Who's that other geezer? The one that I need to ban. Where is that? Okay, somebody's already banned him. Fantastic. All right, great. He can miss out. Please, as always, smash a like on the video if you don't mind. We've got to build this back up. We've got to start from somewhere. It's going to be an awesome 2 years, but first, let's talk about what's been happening with Bitcoin. So, look, you guys have seen this range before. Okay, I'm going to delete it. All right. Before I put it back, we're going to try and understand where did the range come from. All right. So Bitcoin, 2021, doing lots and lots of madness, making all-time highs, 69K, super euphoria. Everybody's excited. Everybody's going to get super, super rich. And then boom, we have the massive bear market, right? Where did the bear market stop? Yes, pray for Palestine. 100% pray for Palestine. Where did this bear market start? It started here. Let's mark out the top. All right. I am a little bit rusty, but let's mark out the top. So, trend line. There we go. That was the top. Now, nobody could have predicted that top. Okay? Nobody could have seen that that would be the top for Bitcoin. So that's totally fair. That's the thing of the bear market. We only discovered that later on. But that's the high. Okay? Now, if I take a range from here to here, so we'll go from here to here, maybe even like this, the range is respected, but I don't really like it. There's nothing in that range that tells me, okay, yeah, I can deduce trades from this, or I can decipher whether or not we're going to go into a proper uptrend, or whether or not my altcoins are going to go up. I don't really see what much is going on here. Now, halfway through the bear market, we had a pump. Okay, we had a pump, as you can see here, February 2022. We had March 2022. We had a bit of a pump. Now, if we put this range in, this looks a lot cleaner. I can see that the mid range is respected, the lows are respected, and the highs are pretty much respected. We could even drag that down a little bit, put it like that, and we can take the high of February as the range high, and we've got a very, very clean range. Okay, this is one that we can work with. But then you ask yourself, okay, although I've got a beautiful range on the monthly time frame, this range spans back all the way to the beginning of 2022. I don't know if it's going to give me the clear picture that I'm looking for, albeit we can use this range to understand more about where we are now before we break it down even further. All right. Now, looking at this range high, it was a very, very steep pullback. No, sorry, it was a steep pullback, yes. We went all the way up to 46k, and then instantly from 46k it was relentless. 3 months of massive down candles all the way until 17, 18k. All right? So there's a lot of the range to be filled out. Arguably, if you were looking for a bullish consensus, you would say, oh, well, all right, NJ, we've come all the way from range highs all the way to range lows being 15.5k. Now we've just broken the mid-range. Okay? Now, bear in mind, for those of you who have been in my previous streams, you know that I was actually bearish. I thought that this turn at the mid-range, come on, look, I know I'm not as good at trading as some of you guys are, all right? But I'm in crypto every single day. So seeing candles and seeing charts, it doesn't matter whether I'm off for a month or a year. I can always see what's going on. Who really thought that, this formation here, who really thought that this formation here was bullish? It looked so bearish. Think about it. We've got this high over here. We've got this low high here. And now we've got this bearish lower high, only for Bitcoin to do what Bitcoin does, and we're up. All right. So look, you've got to adapt to the market. There were a few people that were like, NJ, bro, you said that it was going to go lower. You said 15k. I was like, bro, you got to adapt to the market. Everybody's made money. Like, everybody's making something on chain. And we are going to talk about on chain in a bit. All right, you've got to adapt. No such thing as catching the low and selling the top. Similarly to how I said at the very top of this range, the range doesn't work because nobody knew that was the top. All right, this range looks a lot better, but we're still on the monthly time frame. It's very difficult to understand more about this. So far, we're looking bullish. If we're going to look for any pullbacks, we're going to look for a pullback to 30k. All right. Now, I want to break this down a little bit more. Okay. So I start looking at the highs below. I look at this high here and I say to myself, no, the mid-range doesn't look good. The ranges, it doesn't really match up. I'm not liking it. I take this high here. And now, if you restart the video, please don't. But if you do restart the video, you'll see the range that we've been using. And I like this range because it tells me the story of what's actually been happening in the market. All right. I know it looks like I've just shifted some lines, but let me explain my thought process. So I've said from the very get-go that I don't like this pump. This pump from the very beginning to me there's been multiple reasons for it, but it's not not everything is lining up. In 2017, everything lined up and there was euphoria. In 2021, everything lined up and there was euphoria. I promise you, you were all there with me, Jay says, what about recession? Yeah, definitely. That's what I'm going to discuss now, Jay. You early bird, you keen cat, keen kitten. I don't know. So anyway, look. Where did this rally begin? All right. This rally began January 2023. After an entire year of bear market, of relentless crypto price action, everybody left crypto. The 1st of January, we instantly started pushing. Now, notice how we've got that weird phenomenon. It's a flat body candle. This open, guys, right? Let me zoom in as much as I can. Look how much I have to zoom in just to get a tiny, tiny wick to appear on the screen. All right. This to me is a flat body candle because the yearly time frame, this is a yearly candle, this one. It's the 1st of January 2023. That was the day that we started pumping. That was the day that this huge rally began. Okay? And we instantly rallied. We respected the range levels. We've pushed above. Not only did we push above, look at this. Look at this. Everybody who wanted to long the mid-range right here, They got front run because everybody thinks that this is a bull market. And I'm not going to lie, I don't think that this is the bull market, but I think that we're going into it. This is it. Everybody who's stuck around, you guys are going to make it. Everybody who's here now and your friends aren't talking about crypto, you're the one who's going to be the black sheep in your circle. Trust me, I've been here before. 2020 was very similar to this. You know, it I was talking to Mac today. It feels the same. And it's whoever's here right now listening, tuning in with your tea, your coffee, or whatever, you're going to make it. I can't explain it. You're going to make it. Just because you're not leaving, you're here. There's going to be opportunities every day you're going to be about. So going back to this now, right? Everybody got front run here and price continued pushing. Okay? It kind of looks to me like there's one argument where people say, well, look, NJ, this is Bitcoin. And with Bitcoin, they're not going to let you fill your bags. All right. You're not going to catch the low, which is completely understandable. Somebody says, oh, NJ, at 15.5K, that's when BlackRock stepped in and bought all their Bitcoin. Some people can say that too. Then some people say, NJ, look, even though the lows, they don't look very great, you have to admit that around 24K, it's been defended so much that we just can't get below 25K. Look at this. Look at these wicks. These wicks come in at 24.8K. Price can't get below it. So somebody says to me, yeah, bro, look, if you look at the tip of the mid-range, you're going to see that, you know, there's so much strength in the market. There's so much of a push. But then at the same time, there are other people saying, well, hang on a second. Nobody's got money. Like, everyone's broke. How many people have actually made money from these pumps? I know a few people have, but a lot of people are getting wrecked. Most people are getting wrecked. There's still not really that much liquidity in the market. It seems to be the same liquidity rotating. However, that doesn't mean that this is bearish. That's just another sign of the bull market that's coming. This pump, this type of pump that we've had here, whether we retrace or not, and I'm going to start talking about that in a second. I'm going to talk about that just in a minute. Whether we retrace or not, this pump is a sign of what's to come. So NJ, you're saying no liquidity in the market. NJ, you're saying a recession has coming. NJ, you're saying that, you know, the war, the famine, X, Y, and Z. And this is what crypto does. This is what Bitcoin still did. In those conditions, under those circumstances, that's how Bitcoin performed. So my question now is whether we retrace this pump or not, has Bitcoin not made you believe yet? Has Bitcoin not shown you that it's done this before? Look at this pump that we had here. Look at this pump that we had here. Look at this pump that we had here in 2019. Bitcoin has done it before and it's preparing to do it again, whether or not we come back and take these lows out. Now, let's talk about the next part before we break it down even further, all right? Now, if we go into, well, if we stay on the monthly for a second, one thing that we'll say is that October was a real meme. October was for real, okay? Whoever played October, I did. I longed some altcoins. I shared them in my Telegram. I got rugged on one, but two of them did supremely well. Zero XL and ETF did mad, and PB. 1 minute it's rugged, the next minute it's not rugged. But either way, I lost like 10 bags on that. Anyway, looking at the monthly time frame, yeah, I'm noticing here that although October is looking strong, the monthly candle is going to close in just a few days. We're talking about 4 more days, 5 days before this monthly candle closes. All right. Now, the next monthly candle is going to be what's interesting. If we go into the weekly from here, once again, although it looks like we're in an uptrend, it does look like we're in an uptrend. And bear in mind, in my last stream, Bitcoin had just broken this trend line. In the last stream that we did together, guys, Bitcoin was trading roughly in these areas. It looked so bearish. It was almost impossible to for anybody to say Bitcoin's going up. I mean, look at this candle right here. Look at this on the week of the 2nd of October, the first week of October. Look at that candle, how it closed for that week. That looks so bearish. Yeah. However, Bitcoin done what Bitcoin done and it pumped. What did it do? It filled in this inefficiency right here. Look at this beautiful gap. If we examine the price action of Bitcoin from the top, All right. How many gaps have we got? We've got one gap here. We've got one gap there. But the thing is, if price went all the way up there, then bro, we're in a bull market. Like you can't. Yo, this is what Bitcoin is at 60K. You need to be all in crypto. Yeah, if it gets there, that's a different story. Where's the next gap? Right here. Okay. Once again, though, I'm not gonna lie. If Bitcoin breaks above, if Bitcoin holds where it is now, it's going to 42, 43K. And you're telling me Bitcoin is trading at 50K. All right, well, this is definitely bull market. So we ignore that gap. All right, ignore that gap. Do we have any more gaps? We've got a gap right here. Again, 42K. So we ask ourselves, all right, well, if Bitcoin goes to 42K, has it broken out of the downtrend? In a way, yes, it has. It's showing us that it's filling in gaps. It's filling in one gap here, one gap there, one gap there, one gap there. So where are we at now? We're filling in this gap right here. Look how big that gap is compared to the other gaps that sit on top. So essentially, we've come in, we filled this gap. Now is the moment of truth. Does Bitcoin want to show that this is the ultimate low and that we're going into a parabolic bull run where for the next year to a year and a half, there's going to be 10x's every single day, where there's going to be altcoins launching from the bottom, from zero, and going to 300 million market cap every other week? Is that what Bitcoin wants to show us? Or is this a bear market rally still? It's still a very, very, very debatable and hot topic, all right? Because we still haven't had the recession. The war is still at the worst it's ever been. And we'll talk about that in a bit as well, because, you know, I've got a bit of thoughts on that war thing. I think partly the reason that Bitcoin is going up so much is that the war that's happening is unstoppable. World War III is not much of a rumor anymore. And people are FOMOing into crypto because they want to get risk on, as opposed to holding traditional finance, holding fiat, holding assets. You know, someone can come and just boops your house tomorrow. You could just get a letter from the bank. Look what happened in Lebanon. In Lebanon, everybody had their savings in their banks. One day, they just got a notification saying, you can't withdraw this money. It's our money now. One day, that's what happened. It was the biggest shock of my life. I'm from the UK. I never believed it. So everybody to me is FOMOing into crypto. Now that's a bullish thing. You're saying, NJ, that if this continues, crypto is going to go up. Well, then it does look like it's going to continue. So that means we're bullish, right? You know, but actually, at the same time, if we're filling in a gap here and we've still got a recession to come, if we're filling in a gap here and rates are still not going lower, then I guess the question is, if we are in this massive uptrend, yeah, who's going to buy all these altcoins? I'm going to buy some. You're going to buy some. There's a few thousand people that are going to buy some. But does it feel the same as it felt before? Like, you know, when you go to your barber shop, or when you go to, you know, you're going to your butcher's, or you're going to, I don't know, you're going shopping on a Saturday or something, and you hear people talking about crypto. That's how 2021 was. Everybody and their dog was talking about crypto. Everyone. I couldn't avoid it. Like, I don't like telling people in person that I'm trader NJ. I don't like doing that. But everybody around me was talking about crypto. Now, we've done a monstrous pump, and you know what? People are still getting into crypto today. People still don't know what crypto is. The user base of cryptocurrency is not there yet. And when it comes, bro, whoever was in from now, those are the people that are going to make that generational wealth. So genuinely, I'm not even joking. If you've had a long day at the office today, or if you've had a long weekend or whatever, and you're putting time into this because you believe in it, I'm not even joking. It's going to pay off. I've seen it happen to myself. I've seen it happen to other people around me. It will pay off. So smash a like on the video if you believe you're going to make generational wealth in the next cycle. All right. Now, what I'm concerned about here is, given that the monthly close is happening in the next 5 days, I wonder if the next candle is going to take us below 32K. This upper boundary here, let's just remove these gaps. All right. This upper boundary here, right where this squiggly line was, where the gap is, we've pretty much filled that now. All right. We've pretty much had our run. Altcoins haven't really caught up yet, and I'm going to tell you why. Okay, they haven't. We're going to talk about that next. I'm very excited. Very, very excited. But at the same time, one thing to notice is that, when Bitcoin goes up and altcoins haven't fully, outperformed, then Bitcoin cools down and then altcoins outperform. I've got the evidence to show that Bitcoin is going up and altcoins haven't outperformed yet. I'm going to prove it in a sec. So there's still an alt season somewhere there, and I think it's already started. We're going to look at coins, I'm going to speak to you guys in a moment. I'm going to get a little bit more hands on in the chat. We're going to talk about altcoins, because I think everything just looks like it wants to go up. Buy high, sell higher. That's what seems to be happening. But one thing I'm going to watch out for is this. This is what I don't want to screw us over. I don't want that deviation to happen, because then what happens is price, it closes back below 32k, right? And then every time it tries to get above 32k again, we'll see wicks in this area. We'll come back down, we'll break down, everyone will think it's a pullback, and then suddenly we start breaking down so quick. Notice how it took 7-8 months, the whole year, 10 months. We're in October now. It took 10 months to get from here to here. What is that, a 2x? Bitcoin 2x in 10 months? I've been caught by this before, in 2018, Bitcoin pumped. I was thinking to myself, yeah, finally, man, it's been so long since Bitcoin pumped. Like, who was I speaking to? I think it was Denk. I think I was messaging Denk. And I was like, yeah, bro, it's so good that Bitcoin's going back up now. Finally, we waited months and months and months. Bro, I got wrecked. I lost all my P's, all of it. I lost all of it because Bitcoin did this. What I'm showing you on the stream, Bitcoin did this, and it's still bull market. It's still bullish, because whatever the pullback is, whether it's going to be 28k or 24k, I think it's going to be 20k. But I'm at the same time, there is a big part of me that thinks that we will come out and take out 15k. Now, I've got people messaging me now. People are messaging me now and they're saying, NJ, bro, we're at 35k right now. Like, you just gotta accept it, bro. Like, 25k is not coming back, 20k is not coming back, 15k is not coming back. And I'm like, yeah, you've never been wrecked, bro. I know what it's like to get wrecked. Don't get confused. All I'm saying is just keep your risk in check. Trust me, I'm having fun. I'm risking as well. I'm playing on the on-chain market. I'm trading alts. I'm not even trading leverage right now. Everything I'm doing is just alts. I'm just looking at altcoins. What should I buy in? On-chain is mad. It's like an alt season out there. We're going to talk more about it in a minute. And look, on high block, there is no liquidity left to the upside. All upper CME gaps are filled. KAR is a good one. I might bring him on the show at some point if he wants, that is. But I'm just saying he's a good one to keep an eye on. Follow him on Twitter. So one thing to watch out for, guys, is this. But now if we zoom in a little bit more, we can actually start looking at the long plans, because there is lots and lots of reasons why this can go to 30, 38 to 42k, 40k. 40k would be the psychological barrier. So let's look at now. Now that we're in the daily time frame, I hope that me breaking the ranges down for you helped you understand why I'm not using a range from all the way up here or all the way down here. This is why I've chosen this range. Okay. And this range, I can talk about this range for hours. There's so much that price is telling me from this. I traded this quite a few times with everybody on the stream, but it's just now that altcoins are picking up, I'm just too focused on altcoins. That's where the real money is. And we're going to talk about that when I go over to Bitcoin dominance in just a second. So anyway, now that we've taken out this consolidation here, this one that I've marked out right on the left, yeah, this one here. Now that we've taken this out and we've closed above it, I'm not going to lie, any sort of pullback into 32k has to be a long. I could be wrong, right? But you've got your risk. Look, I mean, you'd put your stop under here. Anything that comes back here, you'd put your stops here. Or even a little bit higher. No, I'd put it here, man. Yeah. And then we'd be pushing up to here. Now, that's a 2-hour trade, which sounds silly, right? But that's because that's the daily swing trade. It wouldn't be your intraday trades. Like, you wouldn't just buy some spot at 32k and then just hold it until 40k. You can do that if you want, if you've got a really large portfolio, but most likely what you're going to do is you're going to be trading it intraday, right? So the first thing that you're going to do is wait for the pullback. Don't short. Don't just short because, other people are shorting. Let the pullback happen. We're in an uptrend, all right? We've got low, higher low, higher low, higher low, and each time we've got higher high, higher high, higher high, and now higher high. So don't rush to short it because you're going to get wrecked. We're not in a clear downtrend yet. The downtrend needs to happen first. If we are to break below 20, sort of, even if we're to break below 30k, right? That's when you should start looking for shorts to the downside and try to understand what more is happening in crypto. But just from a daily swing trade perspective, this is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing that any pullback into 30 to 32k is a serious entry for potential upside. At the same time, what if that doesn't come? What if that continuation doesn't come? Then we're going to be looking at a different style of trading. We're going to need to look at trend continuation. Now, the problem with trend continuation is it can shake you up a little bit. It really, really can shake you up. This is where most people lose money. So what I would do here for trend continuation, say, for example, if, 32k doesn't want to come, and let's say, for example, this is the low, 33k is the low. What I would do is I'd mark this out as consolidation and I'd count. I'd count to see how many hours this is doing this in. The longer it consolidates here, the more bullish I will get, right? Anything outside of this box is a move to the upside potentially. So for example, if you're trading within this range, and this is a decent range actually, this is a very decent range for scalpers. Okay. Now notice what I've done here. So I'll do it like this. Yeah, I'll do it like that. Okay. So anything that swings below this, if it's to come back inside, it's an easy buy all the way up until here. Okay, there's a clear range that's already been defined here from 33k to 35k. All right, now at the same time, this is where the continuation would be. This is like, it gets a bit tricky here. If, right, Bitcoin closes above 34.8k right here, if it closes above that on the H4, even the H1, yeah, no, not even the H1, less 15 minute. 15 minute. You'd need more confirmation on the 15 minute, right? However, if Bitcoin is to, we can even refine this a little bit, man. This is nice. Like this, like that. There we go. That's much prettier. There's your consolidation. Okay, so everything that's happening inside of this box, the box has changed now. It's 33.2k to 34.8k. Okay, now you're looking for the next potential upside. You're looking at 36, 38k. That's where you're looking to target if you're long. Really and truly, at any point in time, if we're to break above this 34.8k, okay, for example, we do something like this. Like that, this area here is where you'd put your money on the line, okay? And you could put your stop loss here, or you can put your stop loss there. It depends on what the wicks look like. The wicks might be a bit thicker. The wicks might be a bit deeper. At the moment, it looks like we're breaking down, but you know how this works. When Bitcoin is in bull mode, nobody knows when it's going to just give you $1,000 candle, all right? So again, 34.8k is the safe option. If you want to long earlier, say for example, if we get a sweep of these lows right here, if we get a sweep here or a sweep here, and you want to cheekily long, you're saying to yourself, well, we're close to 32k anyway, we're at support, we're in a clear uptrend, then you can long lower, right? And then your invalidation would have to be at a minimum, it would have to be 31k, 31.5k, 31.4k, right? 31.4. Your invalidation would have to be minimally at that. All right. But above 34.8k, it seems safe. It looks like price wants to break out if it closes above that. And that can be quickly seen on even the H30, the M30. The M30 seems very, very clean. It looks good to me. Notice how we're not getting closes here, closes. Now, at the same time, if you're bearish, again, this range here could be a very good exercise for everybody, because notice the pattern that I've drawn out here where I tell you if we get above 34.8k, it's a safe option. But what if we do come to 34.8k now and we close above, only to close back below, make a lower high, and then start trending downwards? At that point, I would think that we're coming back to this area here to give us the sweep. All right. So that's something, a really, really good exercise for people that are practicing, a really good exercise if you're trying to learn price action and study what price action does. Typically, what I would do is I'd be watching something on TV or something while this is unfolding. And you can do this on the lower time frames as well. But these are the two areas that I'm looking for to try and understand what's next. If we was to come back below here, down to these levels, I'd be looking for as close to 32k as possible for the long. All right. If we get below 32k, probably going to need to do another stream. All right. Let's move on. Let's move on. While we move on, I want you guys to start shilling me your altcoins. I want you to start talking to me about your altcoins. What altcoins do you think are going to do a 10 to 100x in the next cycle? Because one thing that we know, oh, I didn't even talk about Bitcoin dominance yet. This is one thing I wanted to show you guys. Look at this. Look at this. This was a dominance chart that we used for 2 months. Look, we drew this out on the monthly or the weekly. I'm not sure, it was the weekly, the monthly, sorry. So this is my Bitcoin dominance chart. Okay. And this was a range that we drew out together. Now notice, yeah, that when this chart is going to the downside, that's when we have alt season. So all these black candles that you're seeing on the screen right now is alt season. Every time the chart goes up, you're seeing Bitcoin taking dominance and market cap utilization over the entire market. And you see altcoins, although they're following in USDT, they're not outperforming Bitcoin. It's better to long Bitcoin and Ethereum rather than long, well, not even Ethereum. It's better to long Bitcoin rather than long Ethereum or altcoins. All right. Now, in this case, although altcoins have been pumping from a USDT value, they're not outperforming Bitcoin. But look what the BTC dominance chart has done. It's come exactly to resistance. How beautiful is that? Now, the problem with this chart is that we have been consolidating since May 2021. So this breakout is not your average breakout. It's not a small time breakout, we're just going to break out here and then get back below, deviation. This looks hella strong. Now, I don't know how long this can keep going for, but presumably, given that this red line being the halving of Bitcoin is quite close, it does look like this thing wants to go higher as we lead up into the halving. So does that mean that this is telling us that Bitcoin wants to go higher and that altcoins aren't really the play right now? Maybe not large caps, but certainly low caps are feeling the true effects of Bitcoin's momentum to the upside. Bitcoin doing what it's doing is causing a rift inside of crypto that is causing crypto to, have a bigger utilization in Bitcoin as opposed to the altcoin space, which means that if Bitcoin continues going up, at some point when it cools off and this starts settling, where's all the money going to go to? It's going to go into altcoins. All right. So I'm not saying that there's going to be a massive alt season. I think it's happening right now. Many altcoins that are on chain, many low caps, many mid caps, they're ripping. Look at Inge. I mean, look at Inge. I mean, there's no point even having these ranges anymore. Look how monstrous this is. Where's the resistance? The resistance is here. How intense is that? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, smash the likes, guys. So how many likes have we got? We have got 35 likes and there's 80 people here. Can we get to 50 likes at least? We need to build up to 100 at some stage. If you're watching this recorded as well, I would really appreciate if you could smash a like on the video. It helps a lot and it makes the channel look a lot better as well. We need to try and grow the community. All right, especially now that we're going into proper season. But we're looking at Inge. And Inge has done a monstrous move again, very similar to Bitcoin, from $1 all the way to 11, $12. If we look at Fetch, right? We look at FET looks like it's doing the same thing here. I mean, I took a position on FET. I tweeted about it at roughly around 25 cents, which I felt at the time was a little bit high, but now looking at it and it's tapped 30 cents today, I think I should have sold some if it tapped 30 cents. I should have. All right, so I've probably had my limit order set, so I probably sold most of that bag. But the point is, it's a good trade. There's many of these trades. GRT is another one that I'm looking at. GRT is one that's in accumulation. What does this accumulation looks like? Doesn't this look like Link? Chain Link looks very, very much like this as well, where we've got accumulation that's sitting in like this, and then in one pop, the market will just send. Write this down. GRT is one that I think can do a 10, 20x. You can trade it if you want. You can trade it inside of this box. Even if it breaks out of this box, you can trade it a little bit higher. But these are the type of accumulation patterns that I'm looking at that are telling me that we're probably going to go significantly higher. All right. What else? Arbitrum. What is Arbitrum doing? Arbitrum looks like, and I'm not sure if it's found a bottom, but it's looking like we have set some kind of low. All right. This seems to be the area right here. Roughly around this. Maybe I need to bring this down a little bit. Like that. Like that. This seems to be the area for Arbitrum. Now, what was the low of Arbitrum? 74 cents. So it wasn't quite the 50, 60 cents that we were looking for, but then again, it might not be over. Given that we're in this range now, I don't imagine that Arbitrum is just going to go to $10 from here. I think that if we're going to range here a bit more, especially if we look at the daily time frame, we've just taken out liquidity right there. It's not something that I really, really want to long right now. If it does go higher, if it starts closing above 98, 99 cents, then yeah, all right, let's buy in and let's ride it till, like, I don't know, for 10%, 20%. But I'm talking about longer term. I'm talking about buying an altcoin and then selling it next year for proper gains, like 10, 20x, maybe even higher, right? Arbitrum, if this is going to be the accumulation phase for it, then I'd be looking for any sweeps of the lows. At the same time, you can even chuck a mid-range in there if you want. I think it does line up. You can even chuck a mid-range if you want in there. You can even start buying some from the 86 cents level and then, just let it. If it does go lower, you can DCA in. So say, for example, you've got $500, right? You can put, I don't know, 150 in at this 86 level, hypothetically, and then if we was to sweep these lows, you could put in another 150, and if we was to capitulate, boom, you've got another 200. Your average becomes this box, the lower end of this box, and then boom, we get sent. All right, at $7 you've got 10x, when in actual fact I think Arbitrum has the potential to do much more than that. I think if we get to a stage where Arbitrum is trading at $10, people will start talking about triple digits. If we take, for example, Solana, right, which is another project that I think is going to do multiples in the next cycle, albeit it didn't really give me the dip that I was wanting. This doesn't look like the dip that I wanted. This is my Solana chart. You've seen me tweet about this before. I guess maybe if we get a pullback into, the 25s for Solana, $25, we can look to see if it's something that's worth taking a long over. But at the same time, it's like, I do think Solana is going to go back to $140. I can't tell you about all-time highs, not yet. We need to see how the market performs. Obviously, we'll have a lot of streams in between now and then. But ultimately, I do believe that we're going to go back to 140. At this high right here, this high that I've got labeled right here, I think that we're going to come and take out this high. What else have we got? Let's see what altcoins that you. STX is looking good for a short term, says Musa. Man like Musa. Yeah, it is. It is just on the daily time frame. Just a quick look of the daily time frame. It does. So we've got How do we look at this one? How do we look at this? Well, we've got the cup and handle here, so we'll probably mark out support here and resistance there. All right, cool. So this is probably how I'd look at it. I'd probably take it from here and I'd probably bring it down to about here. I'm not gonna lie, it does look like a long. It does. In between 55 cents and a dollar. Man, I love altcoins. How can you trade something? You know, there's no other market in crypto. Like there's no other market like crypto. You won't be able to just go and buy some stock or something and then it goes from 55 cents all the way to a dollar and then you just sell it. There's no other market like that. You can't go and get your used iPad and sell it for profit or anything. You can't do any of that. This market is the best. Honestly, if we can get back down to that 60 to 55 cent level, then yeah, I'd be interested. Otherwise, if we close above 67 cents, probably need to get your boots strapped in, you know? So if the next candle, for example, does that, and then it's closing above this area here, shows that it's holding, then probably we're going to get 77 cents next. And then if we can break above 77 cents, then we're going for a dollar. It's a dollar. All day, it's a dollar, you know, on STX, right? And STX had a lot of good, it had a lot of good vibes. I know that sounds silly, but everyone on Twitter was talking about it at one point. Everybody. It was a really hot altcoin for a certain period of time. FTX are offloading their soul bags at resistance. Yeah, probably. We've still got all of that. We've still got loads of news coming out over the next couple of months, right? We still got the recession. The rate hikes are still happening. We haven't had a rate reduction yet. That's a big one. You know, people have stopped talking about that, but that's really big. I think because we had a couple of pauses or something, but it's a really big deal, guys. Like, we can't just go into a bull market and there's 6% for a mortgage. Like, what? Do you know what I mean? You can't. And no one can get finance. Can't even finance a TV. How are we going to make generational wealth in crypto when you can't even go to Curry's and finance a TV? They're not even accepting you for that. You even put a deposit, they say no. You know? So banks aren't really assisting right now. Everyone is FOMOing into crypto, but traditional markets is where people get money from, you know? So, and then they take that money and then they put it into crypto because they get risk on. You got to risk something, and what are you risking? You're risking what the traditional system has given you to, you know, to try and multiply it and make your life better. Do you think the price of oil will go up? Well, I'll tell you what, bro. We look at some altcoins for now. We'll stick to altcoins for now, and maybe we'll do one of those episodes where we talk about, you know, the S&P and oil and stuff. I'm still getting back into it. Like my desk is a little bit dusty, to be fair. A few small caps. Let's see what man like Zen is saying. SDEX, yep, that's bullish. That's gonna 10x. OCD, that's gonna 10x. ARC, let's look at ARC. I think I've got a tab for ARC. I do. I've got a tab for ARC. Cool. All right. That's just destroyed my camera. What's ARC saying? Let's look at ARC. I love coming on Dex Tools, you know. That's where the serious money gets made. Go on the daily time. Ooh, ARC did mad. Is that you, Zen? Are you making money up? Zen is a whale. Zen is one of those whales in the chat. He's making serious money. ARC, yeah, we're looking at 17 mil market cap, 500k in liquidity. We've got 6,300 holders, which is decent. I'm not going to lie. It's decent. And we've got 500k trading volume. So I'm not going to lie. I'm not particularly happy with the liquidity. I think the liquidity could be a lot better, but every project has different reasons as to why they use lower liquidity. So I'm not feeling that, but I do like the fact that there's a lot of bag holders, which means that the community is decent, you know? The total market cap is 23 million. So they've still got quite a bit of tokens that they haven't released onto the market yet. Maybe they're going to use that for, you know, marketing or helping the project or selling those tokens for money that can be used to, you know, benefit the project. What else have we got? ARG and LP. LP is a good one. I saw LP. I don't know. Let me see if I can find it. This one. You know what? I like this one. I really, really like this one. I haven't bought any. I've not traded this one yet, but I I think it was Crypto AM that was speaking to me about it. I do like this one. I like LP. We do need to do a deeper dive into this one. Maybe another episode, but I do like LP. So the three that I can say that I really like in that list that you've given here, SDEX, OCD, and LP, I like those ones. But Arc I need to do a little bit more looking into because it looks a little bit booky. NXRA, yeah, bro, that's gonna do well. Alliance Block is going back to a dollar. So if you're holding that Khalil, I would just ignore it for now. It's not its time, but yeah, a dollar for sure. Um, what we saying about Algo, brother? Yeah, let's look at Algo, man, because this other screen just ruined my webcam anyway. All right, Algo. Yeah, I'm probably gonna need to delete this chart. One sec. One sec. Algo looks like it's going to how do I say this? How do I say this? So you guys know, for those of you who follow me, you guys know I've got this whole bullish bearish accumulation theory that I use, right? You know, you've got the bull market, and then you've got the bear market, and then you've got the accumulation, and then you've got the bull market, the bear market, and then you've got the accumulation, and then the bull market, the bear market, and the accumulation. All right? Excuse me. So with algo, all I would say with algo is it's going to take a bit of patience. All right. Where's my rectangle? There's my rectangle. Rectangle. So this area here, yeah, this is where people have capitulated. This area for algo here is where, the bag holders are gone. All the YouTubers have gone quiet. All of the fanboys have gone quiet, except the project itself. I think the project itself it's gonna stick around. Um, Algo. Now, this is not financial advice. Yeah, don't if it dumps 50% from here, don't come and say it was NJ. I'm just saying that I think Algo is not a shorting opportunity. I think Algo is a very, very good looking accumulation token that I think is going to do massive numbers. Like, I remember the Algo Foundation were working hard in the bull. I've seen their name floating around in the bear. They've not just been quiet. I think that if you wanted to buy some Algo, then look, these are the cycle lows, right? This is how you've got to see it when you're looking at altcoins, right? This is the cycle low, right? This on the left hand side here, this box. And then from the cycle lows, we push all the way up to like $3. All right. Then we come back down. Every time we come closer and closer to these cycle lows, every time we come back to this area, people buy it. All right. But then in this particular instance, nobody's bought it. We've actually broken below the cycle lows. Now, what's going to happen is, if I'm correct anyway, as long as that, Binance don't delist them and they don't go and rape someone. I don't know. As long as they don't do anything stupid, then probably they're going to start, when they do expand, it will be like Chainlink. You know how Chainlink just went psh? It will be like that. Or like Inge. Inge went psh. So Algo was a lot of fun to trade as well. It's a good swing trade, especially if it does something like that, which I think it's going to do. Then any sort of pullback, I'm pretty sure we'll be talking about it on the stream. I'll be tweeting about it. You guys will be tweeting about it. Everyone will be talking about it. How, Algo, whoever bought in at 10 cents was a G, this, that. But you don't know how long you have to wait. You might end up having to wait till next summer or something, or it could happen now. But it's up to you whenever you want to risk, But 10 cents, I'm not gonna lie, it's a good price for algo. You can't say no, it's not, because there was a period in the bull market where people were buying it at $3. It's still on Binance. They're still active. What's their Twitter saying? Where's the algo Twitter? Let me unshare my screen for a second, yeah? And let me log into Twitter here. Hold on. Sorry for the screen quality. I know it's really bad. It's because I'm not streaming in the day, so I've got to use the light bulbs. But then I can't use the light bulbs because it shines too brightly. Thanks for understanding. Hey, do me a favor as well and smash a like on the video if you don't mind. It would be I'd be really grateful. In it for the tech. Okay. It's going to be a bit sticky, this one, isn't it? All right, screw it. Let's just get the algo. Let's just get the algo rand. There we go. And then I'll copy that and I'll paste it here. There we go. And then let's share the screen again and let's bring this all back. Okie dokie. So Algorand, right? Let's see. So we can see that they've gone super quiet. I don't know if this is actually legit. If this is actually legit, I'm not gonna lie. Why is Binance still why has Binance still got these guys listed? They haven't tweeted. Oh no, they retweeted stuff. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Look, they've been retweeting an hour ago, 2 hours ago. Algorand developers. Why is it not showing here? It's not showing here because I'm not logged in. Sorry, guys. Sorry, it's because I'm not logged in. But if you go to the Algorand Twitter page, they're very active and they've got multiple sub Twitters as well called Algorand Development. There's another one as well which I just saw. But look, the point is that they're doing stuff in the bear market. This is the most important thing. If they've already got Binance, they're already doing stuff in the bear market. It's something that's worth putting on your radar, and it's very, very valid that you can put that. This can do a 20x or 30x, not a 10x. This will do more than 10x. I might buy some algo. Yo, Crypto AM, if you're there, we should probably stick algo on the list. Algo's a good one. Whoever bought that up, GG, well done. I like the fact that we spoke about algo. Frederico wants to know about ADA. You know what? Yeah, I don't think ADA's going to make it, you know. I just don't rate ADA. Some bearish coin. I don't really like the FA on ADA, you know. ADA, they a couple of times they got me believing that they were going to be the best thing that crypto ever saw, and then and then and then they just did shit. They just did nothing. And Charles, just pictures with crypto finally, or something like that, you know. So ADA's moving mad. I mean, what's the market cap for ADA? What's the market cap? It's the top 10th altcoin. Um, 13 billion market cap for ADA. I'm going to tell my followers to buy something that's 13 billion market cap. Oh my gosh. I don't. I mean, look, if ADA want to sponsor the show, if ADA want to give me tokens, or if ADA want, you know, to like shout me, I'm there in it. But I don't think I would buy ADA, to be honest. I don't think ADA's a good buy. Yeah, I don't think it's a good buy. Timothy says the chart looks crap on algo. Exactly, it does. But that's the point I'm making, bro. Like look at the entire episode. The entire episode was look what Bitcoin's doing, look how Bitcoin did it, look what Ethereum's doing, look what Bitcoin dominance is doing. Why are alts not outperforming Bitcoin? You know, are we going into a bull market? Are we exiting the bear market? I think we're exiting the bear market. I don't think that we're going to have a multi multi-year bear market. Look, guys, seriously, you saw it for yourself. All of these coins that I spoke about. Look at this one. Look at this one, yeah? This is one that I traded. I've still got a bag of this, but I sold some. I did sell some. Of course I did. I was like 10x up, you know? I call this token at like 5 cents on my Telegram. I know it looks really bad, the quality. I am sorry. But I call this token at 5 cents. And now it tapped 70 cents, you know? And that's in a bear market. That's not even in a bull market, you know? So it's a very, very clear sign that, you know, in the bull market, that's nothing. If you haven't seen it yet, you're in for such a big surprise that you're going to be confused. You're going to be so confused if you've not seen it before. You do your research, because Ada won't be able to compete with Arb, OP, Stark. Oh, I love this guy. You know, August, welcome to the stream, bro. Thanks for tuning in. Ada won't be able to compete with Arb, OP, Stark, ZK. Yeah. 100% agree. Do you know my favorite one in that list is OP? My favorite one, if you actually do some research into it, it's very nerdy, boring stuff, right? It's not like commercial, welcome back to another. It's not like that. It's very nerdy. But you know, OP, yeah, I really like OP. Like, in terms of who's winning the L2 battle, it's actually OP. OP is the best one, like, technically. I was talking to my uncle about this the other day. He's a proper tech nerd, you know? And we were talking about Arbitrum versus OP, and he agrees with me. OP is so superior to Arbitrum. But again, with OP, this is not really a bottom, you know? This is not really what a bottom looks like. It's not really, maybe maybe it needs more FA, but I think we can buy OP lower. Like, if you look at Algo, right? Algo took out the cycle lows, but OP, these are the cycle lows for OP, you know? And we've not really even come close. We've not really even come close. So, I mean, you know, Inge, what about INJ? Bro, honestly, Wizard is sending that, bro. Wizard and his community are going to take that to $1,000. I'm sure we'll look back at this one day and it will be true. I've been waiting for lower prices on Inge since the beginning of time. I reached out to them. I said, hi, I'm Trader NJ. You know, like, I would really like to partner up with you guys. And they said no. they're just hard. They're just hard like that. They're cold. They're probably going to go to, like, let's talk about $100, right? Let's talk about 100, and then if it does get to 100 and it comfortably trades above it, then yeah, bro, it's gonna do what like Solana did, you know? It will go mad. Inge is gonna be so good. It will. I don't really have much Inge. It's unfortunate, but look, there's so many opportunities in the market anyway. You know, you don't just need to have Inge. There's gonna be lots of other altcoins that do the same thing. But similarly, like I was saying, looking back at OP right here, you know, we've got the cycle lows very obviously defined right at the bottom here. And we're so far away from that. If we were to start going up from here, I'd probably need to get on board higher, or I might even just leave it. Altcoins, there's like 12,000 altcoins now. There was no altcoins before. When I joined crypto, there was like 12. And all of them did like 1,000x. But, you know, now there's like 12,000 altcoins. So you look at one altcoin that your friend is in and he's up 20, 30, 40x and you're scratching your head. You're like, why did I miss it? But bro, don't even stress it, bro. God's got your 10, 20x in the next coin and it's just right around the corner. You just got to wait, you know? You just got to wait and you got to take profits. I effed up my last bull market by not taking profits and being too greedy. Have a plan. When something does a 30x, please take profit. Bull market will make your brain explode. 100%. Hey, well done. That was a good comment. I'm not going to lie. Very good comment. I like that. Bull market will blow your minds. Bruh, Floki did 800x. I didn't get the whole 800 out of that, but it was close. Do you know how difficult it was holding that? Some days I'd wake up with headache. Ask Mac. Mac will tell you. He was with me the whole time. You wake up with a headache. Like, how can you not take profit after 100x? But it's different for me now. Now I take profits after 10x, 20x, 30x, 40x. I'm always taking profits. Like, I pay myself in some way, shape, or form because you have to. You can't marry the bag. You just can't. What do you think about Kuji? Yep, Sivo is pushing that. Sivo is a big believer of that. I would not fade Kuji. Take profits and rotate into fresh stuff. Yeah, if you're quick and you're efficient, then yeah, that's a good trading strategy. 0.6 to 0.8 for OP would be good. I want to buy some OP. I want to buy some OP. I did 130x on ARC, but I only took 20% profit and rode it all the way down. Look, bro, don't even stress it. You did 130x, you didn't realize the profit, and then years later or months later, you're here on the stream right now, planning on how you're going to make it back. So don't even stress it, man. You're just not happy right now because the market's not giving it yet, but it will. And next time you see 100x, you're going to take profit, especially if you're on this show. Anyway, guys, look, it's been an hour. And I'm really happy to be with you guys. You guys show so much positive energy. Every time I stream, I ask myself, why do I stop streaming? The energy here is so much better than it is on Twitter. And I really, really appreciate you guys tuning in. So look, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Like up the video if you haven't already. I know that there are people watching recorded and some are watching it live. I know we can't get to 100 likes on the live stream, not just yet. But If you're watching this recorded even and you can help us get to 100 likes, make it happen, all right? Tune into the Telegram. It's for free. It's a link in the description below, and follow me on Twitter at TraderNJ1. I'll see you in a couple of days for the next one, or if Murtaza wants me to go live tomorrow, we'll go live tomorrow. The more comments I see on my Twitter saying go live, the more reactions I see in my Telegram saying go live, the more engagement I get on the live stream itself, the more I will just want to go live. And believe me when I tell you, there will be a period of time, although it will be short-lived, there'll be a period of time in the next bull market where we probably have to go live twice a day because there's just too much happening. All right. Cheers, everyone. I'll catch you in a bit. Hope you're all making money. Hope you're all staying safe. See you in the next one. All right. Cheers.